Broadcasting live from the Meridics via OBS Studio Broadcast Center at Centennial Sportsplex. This is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network as we say hello and welcome to Week 4 of the regular season. As we are giving you not one, not two, but 3 games today here on Rink B. Nolensville-Ensworth-Lipscomb versus Station Camp Liberty Creek up first, followed by Centennial and Mount Juliet Green Hill Lebanon, and then to wrap up the night, Pope Prep CPA GCA taking on Montgomery Bell. As we are finally ready to kick it into gear after everybody's had their fall break. We have played 15 games of the regular season so far. We have 41 games left in the opening phase of the 2022-2023 GNASH regular season. And tonight, we dive in to the first 7 of those remaining 41 games, and we are bringing you 3 of them this evening. Last week was a quiet week, mostly in the GNASH universe. 3/4 of the league were out on their fall breaks, while the remaining 4th finally got off the starting line. There were just 2 games last week, both on Wednesday. The Rutherford Rampage, formerly Blackman Stewart's Creek Smyrna, whipped up on Station Camp Liberty Creek 12-3. And then in the nightcap, Father Ryan beat Hendersonville Beach 5-1. So here are the standings coming into tonight's action. Tier 1, Ravenwood leading at 2-0. Franklin BGA in second with 1 win and 2 ties. Brentwood in third with 1 win and 1 tie. MBA in fourth at 1-0. Pope Prep, CPA, GCA, and Mount Juliet Green Hill Lebanon each with a tie. Centennial in 7th with 2 losses and a tie. And Independence at the bottom of Tier 1 with 3 losses. On to Tier 2, USNBA Nashville Christian leading at 2-0. Rutherford Rampage and Father Ryan both right behind him at 1-0. Nolensville-Ensworth-Lipscomb at 1-1. Summit Page and the Outlaws both at 1-2. Hendersonville Beach and Station Camp Liberty Creek at the bottom of Tier 2, each with 1 loss. Here's the schedule for this evening's games. I gotta wait on the page to load. I have a feeling I might need to turn on ad blocker on the GNASH website. That's why it takes so long. The banner ad at the top of the page underneath the GNASH banner takes forever to load. All right, come on, let's keep scrolling. Swear to God. Anyway, we've got 2 5 o'clock starts today coming up in just a few minutes here on Rink B at Centennial. Nolensville-Ensworth-Lipscomb taking on Station Camp Liberty Creek. Also at 5 o'clock over in Bellevue, it says it's on Rink 2, but they've been moving those games over to Rink 1. Father Ryan taking on Summit Page. That is a pivotal game for Summit Page. If they lose, they will be 1-3, and their chances of finishing in the top 2 and getting a chance to play in that round robin to see if they can switch tiers for the rest of the season, those hopes might be dashed. It doesn't help that they're down Mason McKinnon today. Mason McKinnon out for the next 3 games, suspended for the next 3 games. In their last game against USNBA Nashville Christian, he got called for interference and then threw a temper tantrum and got kicked out of the game. So he got 3 games for his temper tantrum. 6:30 on Rink B here at Centennial. Centennial taking on Mount Juliet Green Hill Lebanon. Bellevue at 6:35. The Outlaws taking on Hendersonville Beach. 7:40 over on Rink A here at Centennial. This is an interesting game. USNBA Nashville Christian taking on the Rampage. If the Rampage win, it kind of feels like it's going to be USN, the Rampage, and Father Ryan fighting over those top 2 positions in Tier 2. 8 o'clock here in Rinkeby at Centennial. Pope Prep CPA GCA taking on NBA, and then out at Bellevue at 8:10. Franklin BGA taking on Ravenwood as Ravenwood look to move to 3-0. They're going to be heavy favorites in that game. Their offense up against Franklin's goaltending. All right, so let's talk about the two teams playing this first game that we're bringing you. Nolensville-Ensworth-Lipscomb and Station Camp Liberty Creek. This is the first time we've seen Nolensville this season. Of course, they were runners-up to Station Camp Summit Page in the Hine Cup final back in February, and they've already avenged 2/3 of that defeat. They beat Summit Page 2 weeks ago tonight in their season opener, and now they are facing the other third of the team that broke their hearts in Station Camp Liberty Creek. I know what I can do. Nolensville-Ensworth-Lipscomb are the same as they were last year, so a lot of these teams, when they change their name, you have to go to the standings from the previous year. And get the exact team name, because if you try and click on the team name this year and then try and go back to a previous season stats, it won't do it. Anyway, Nolensville-Ensworth-Lipscomb brought back 4 of their top 5 leading scorers from last season. Ben Sonkin, Seth Hagan, Jack Edwards, and Justin Nosko. The 4th leading scorer, Gavin Hoffman, did not return to the team this year, even though he was not a senior. Trex Hooper, the 6th leading scorer, is back. Then their 7th leading scorer, Kellen Salisbury, he graduated. Russell Jankowski is back for his senior year. DJ Weinstein graduated. Max Pruitt. This thing wants me to kill it, doesn't it? This stupid website. That's pretty much it in terms of offense. They graduated, but they also graduated their starting goaltender, Anthony Alvarez. Said goodbye to him after last season. So big shoes to fill in net for the Knights. They did bring back Reese Avery. Grant Rank came back. Brooks Stevenson might be their number 1 starter in goal this year. I'm not sure. He's back for his senior year. Nora Romano back for her final year. Mercer Borden back for his senior year. So they graduated a lot last year, and they're going to graduate a lot this year too. Nolensville with 2 games in the books already this season. 2 weeks ago tonight, they beat Summit Page 5-1 in their season opener. And then 2 nights later, October 5th, they lost 9-7 to the Outlaws. They had a 7-5 lead, only to see the Outlaws come from behind and beat them. And now let's dive into the player stats for this season so far. Tim McAllister, by the way, back as head coach. He has been with this program for a number of years now. Of all the tenured head coaches in the league, I wonder where he's ranked. As both teams come onto the ice for pregame warm-up. Justin Nosko and Seth Hagan are the leading scorers from 5 goals and 2 assists. Henry Cravens has 3 points from a goal and 2 assists. Hudson Honeybone, yes, that is his real name, and Reese Avery each have 3 points from assists. Jack Edwards has 2 points from a goal and an assist, and Jackson Malleus-Mayer has a point from an assist. On to goalie play, Brooks Stevenson played in the loss to the Outlaws He played the full 42 minutes, allowed all 9 goals on 25 shots. He made 16 saves, so his save percentage in the regular season so far is .640. And Ruben Allen, the freshman who goes to Ensworth. Brooke Stevenson, a senior at Lipscomb. Ruben Allen played in the win against Summit Page. Played the full 42 minutes, allowed 1 goal on 20 shots, turned away the other 19. His save percentage in the regular season so far is .950. On to Station Camp Liberty Creek, coached by Joe Siciliano. And again, they open their season back on Wednesday against Rutherford Rampage. They lost 12-3. We brought you that game, so we don't need to tell you about all the changes they made during the offseason. We already did that during pregame on Wednesday night. Joseph Siciliano is the team's leading scorer. He has 2 points from assists. Jaden Robertson, Teagan Bartz, and Tobin Mahaffey each have a point from a goal, and Mason Campbell and Graham McLaren each with a point from an assist. Both goalies got playing time in that game. Keaton Howard, he started the game, and since Station Camp never led at any point, he took the loss. He played just over 22 minutes, about 6 goals on 24 shots, and turned away the other 18. His save percentage in the regular season so far is .750. McKinley Miles, Mac Miles, took over, I think, with about just over 5 minutes left in the second. He played just shy of 20 minutes. Goals against average of 12.66. Allowed 6 goals on 14 shots and turned away the other 8. His save percentage in the regular season so far is .570. Joe Siciliano, Joseph's dad, the coach of the Station Camp Liberty Creek team. And we'll see if they can handle this Nolensville team as we're down to the final few seconds of pregame warm-up. In fact, we're down to the last 10. And we'll see if Station Camp's early puck possession is better than it was against Rutherford. Rutherford totally dominated puck possession in that first period. It got better for Station Camp as the game went on, but it didn't get much better. They still lost by 9. As the warm-up clock has run down to 0. And I'm just going to go ahead and update the game tracker here for those of you listening on the Meritix website. Actually, looking at Nolensville's lineup, they only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seniors. They have a lot of freshmen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 freshmen. Only 1 sophomore. That's Reese Avery. And 1, 2, 3 juniors. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players from Lipscomb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players from Nolensville. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players from Ensworth. So that's the breakdown for them. On the Station Camp Liberty Creek side, there are only 3 Liberty Creek players. Rest are all Station Camp. Mac Miles going to start in goal for Station Camp. I can't see who's down there for Nolensville. Maybe I'll see the backup. The backup's already on the bench. This first period, Nolensville will carry the puck towards me. Station Camp will carry it away from me. It's one of those rinks where I got to stand behind it instead of being in the bleachers or like I am over on Rink A in that little booth, and I stand on a chair as the puck is in the Nolensville zone, off the draw, and Teagan Bartz scores from the right circle just 7 seconds in. Fires it past Ruben Allen into the back of the net, and Station Camp Liberty Creek take a 1-0 lead just 7 seconds in. Obviously a much better start than last Wednesday. Station Camp win the draw, and we get a whistle and a hand pass against Nolensville right at center as they had taken the puck away. So it's Ruben Allen, the Ensworth freshman, in goal for Nolensville. Again, he was in net when they won their season opener 2 weeks ago today against Summit Page. As Nolensville win the draw, but turn it over to Station Camp, and Teagan Bartz's shot is deflected into the netting above the glass. We've only played 21 seconds. Station Camp already up 1-0, and Nolensville got to be aware of big number 15. Draw going to be to Allen's right. Oh, it's Mac Miles sliding across his crease, falls to one knee. Luckily, not only is play at the other end of the rink, it hadn't started yet. Play hadn't restarted. Nolensville win the draw desperately, trying to get the puck out of their zone, and they do. It's at center on the bench's side of the ice. Carried into the Station Camp zone, but given away to Joseph Siciliano. He clears it out, but it's dumped back in from center. Now Graham McLaren trying to clear it out on the bleacher side of the ice. Held in, though, by Nolensville. Shot in the blue line. Stopped by Miles. Rebound. Score. Seth Hagan bangs in the rebound. The shot was from the blue line. And Jacob Francie, the freshman, and 56 seconds after going down 1-0, Nolensville tie the game up at 1. 12:57 to go in the first. So Nolensville on their first offensive rush get on the board. Seth Hagan, he's a senior. Started in the league as an 8th grader when Lipscomb were co-oping with BA and FRA. Lipscomb BA FRA was the name of that co-op, that 3-school co-op. Feels like, some of these seniors, you look at them and they're like, wow, they're already a senior. And then there are some seniors that feel like they've been in the league for 10 years. Seth Hagan's one of those kids who feel like he's been in the league for 10 years because he's been around so long. Puck back in the Station Camp zone. Sam Wiseman trying to clear. It was slowed down to the blue line and then cleared out by Mason Campbell. Big tie-up for the puck on the bench's side boards at center. Finally dug out by a Nolensville player. Brought into the zone on the left wing side, but knocked off the stick of Brandon Bello, one of the Nolensville freshmen. Now he's got it back just above the left wing corner. Past the slot, a shot just missed the net to the right of Miles. That shot off the stick of Henry Cravens. Puck put out in front, actually hit off of Miles, then put out in front again, and Miles has it. Bello backhanded it off of Miles from below the goal line, and then it came back to him, and then he floated it back in front, and Miles able to snare it and hold on to it. 11:45 left in the first, and the game is tied at 1. Draws to the right of Miles, won by Station Camp Graham McLaren. Standing near his own net below the goal line, gonna send it around to his left. Held in at the right point, and shot deflected off a leg and hit the post to the left of Miles. The shot came from Will Brothers at the right point. It glanced off, I think, the leg of Reese Avery, his left shin, and hit the post to the right of Miles. And Connor Jenny's going to end up icing the puck from the right wing corner of his own zone. 11:15 left in the first. Game tied at 1, but for those of you who were listening on Wednesday, the reason I didn't update the clock so frequently is because I was standing on a chair away from the computer and didn't want to have to keep climbing down the chair and updating the clock. I only updated it when it was either late in the game or after goals. Draw to the left of Miles. The laptop's right behind me, so I can update it more frequently. Draw one by Station Camp. Tobin Mahaffey to center as their top line is back out there. Mahaffey with a shot on the right wing side of the Nolensville zone is stopped and held onto by Ruben Allen. So the big line of Mahaffey, Bartz, who has the lone Station Camp goal, and Joseph Siciliano out there. Draw one by Station Camp. Shot from Graham McClearen at the right point was slowed up. Intercepted by Nolensville, but then taken back by Station Camp, and a shot from in tight, gloved and held onto by Allen. I believe it was Mahaffey who got the shot away. Draws to Allen's right. One by Nolensville, but taken away by Station Camp. Comes up to the left point, sent towards the net by Austin Givens, but was blocked by a Nolensville stick. And now an odd shot, an on-angle shot from Graham McClearen had to be blockered away by Allen. And now here come Nolensville back into the Station Camp zone on the left wing side. Puck dumped to the inboards by Justin Nosko from just about halfway down the zone. Now it's out on the far side. A bad clearing attempt by Mahaffey here. Seth Hagan moving across ice to the left wing side, but the puck knocked off his stick by Teagan Bartz and carried to center by Joseph Siciliano, who then is knocked off his stick, but right back to Bartz inside the Nolensville zone. Bartz trying to get it to the net. He's at the inboards, wanted to put it out in front. Comes over to the benches side of the ice, and Nolensville able to get it out and send it deep. Icing waved off. Puck in the right wing corner. Jax Dooner, freshman from Lipscomb, with it, getting it over to the near side of the ice. Puck comes up to the left point. There's a shot, stopped by Miles. Big rebound, backhander, stopped by Miles. Another rebound, stop, but then it's put in by Brandon Bello. Matt Miles turned away 3 shots before the puck came to Brandon Bello, standing in the right-hand side of the net with it wide open. And the Nolensville freshman slides it home to put Nolensville up 2-1. With 9:43 to go in the first. Draw one by Nolensville, and they dump the puck into the Station Camp zone. Coming around to the left wing side, sent towards the slot, but Reese McCormick intercepts. That was Bello trying to find someone in a black sweater to get a shot away, but Reese McCormick ends up icing the puck, so the draw will be back inside the Station Camp zone to the right of Miles. Draws to Miles' right. I already said that. McCormick taking it against Brothers. One by Nolensville. Shot in the blue line, hit the leg, hit the right shin of Ryan Russell. Station Camp Jr. now in the left circle. Oh, Will Brothers whiffing on a shot with some space, not a whole lot. And now Riley Hunter's going to carry the puck out to center for Station Camp. In the Nolensville zone on the left wing side. Stops, passes off to Ryan Russell, trying to go down the slot. Puck comes up to the blue line. Hunter, a shot, missed the net to the left of the goaltender Allen. Puck comes up to the left point. Sam Wiseman trying to send it back down to Russell. It's intercepted. And it is carried out. Racing into the Station Camp zone on the left wing side, getting off a shot that's turned away by Miles was Hudson Honeybone. Ensworth freshman now. Puck put out in front by Will Brothers, but nobody in a black sweater could get to it. It goes all the way back into the Nolensville zone. Allen out to play it. Puck passed up the far side. And now it's back in the Station Camp zone behind the net. Bison trying to get it out. It's held in at the left point. Graham McClearen clears. Jaden Robertson back into the Nolensville zone with a shot that's blocked on the right wing side. Then he tries to send it back to the net. Comes back around to the left wing side, and it's going to be carried out. Seth Hagan into the Station Camp zone. Trying to get around Givens. Has to go to the inboards. Sends it up to the right point. Shot in the right point. Oh! Hit a stick in the slot and just went past the net to the left of Miles. The shot from Jack Edwards looked like it hit the stick of Justin Nosko and went just past the net. Puck brought back into the Nolensville zone in the right wing corner. Now here's Seth Hagan on the bleachers side of the ice. Cross ice pass that goes off the bench side boards back into the station camp zone. Picked up by Austin Givens. As both sides make some changes. Givens ahead to Mason Campbell at center. And now here come Nolensville back into the station camp zone. Brandon Bello tried to cross to the front of the net. He was forced below the goal line. Now Sam Wiseman on the bench's side of the ice with a puck, trying to clear it. It hit the body of Jacob Francie, and unable to dodge a hit from Campbell was Justin Nosko as he was moving down the wall. Graham McLaren behind his own net. Getting the puck around on the near side boards. Campbell pass to center, intercepted right at the line and dumped back in by Hudson Honeybone. And Station Camp iced the puck. 6:24 to go in the first. 2-1 Nolensville as the Knights are starting to dominate possession here. Draws to Mac Miles right. Won by Nolensville. Pass went off the stick of Seth Hagan in deep. It's in the left wing corner. Nosko, Justin Nosko. Sending it behind the net to Hagan. Hagan behind the net. Pushed into the boards by Joseph Siciliano. Puck comes out to the left point. Jacob Francie back down to the left circle, and Nosko tried to get it to the net. Intercepted by Wiseman. He tries to clear it. Comes off the boards to Francie, and his shot, I think, was blocked before it ever got to Miles. Clearing attempt held in at the right point, and a shot stopped by Miles, and he covers. That was Francie again, so he gets over from left side to right side. Trying to quarterback this offense. 5:51 to go in the first, still 2-1 Nolensville. Draw to the left of Miles. Here's Joseph Siciliano for Station Camp, banging it off the kick plate on the bench's side of the ice, but it's sent back deep by Nolensville. Now Justin Nosko trying to wrap around from the left side of the net, stopped and covered up by Miles. Draw to Miles left. One by Station Camp, sent around to the near side. Can Teagan Bartz clear? Nope, he's got a Nolensville player pinned up against the boards. Here's Seth Hagan carrying the puck to the slot. In front of backhander. I think it hit off the right arm of Miles as it went past the net. Puck sent back around to the far side. Hagan. And it poked away. Joseph Siciliano, is it taken back? Hagan a shot off a stick. And over the net, it went off Stan Wiseman's stick blade. Now Justin Nosko trying to get it back to the slot, but it's picked up by Bartz. Bartz brings it out to center. Makes his way to the Nolensville zone. He's in the left wing side, trying to get to the net. Gets off a backhander, stopped by Allen. And it's cleared away. Seth Hagan bringing it back through center. Into the Station Camp zone on the right wing side. Gets around Gibbons to the front of the net. A shot off the right left leg pad of Miles at the left-hand side. Justin Nosko squeezed into the boards behind the net. Puck comes up to the left point. It's Hagan. Correction. It's Hudson Honeybone, and he tried to carry it down the left wing side, got pushed off. Puck put out in front, off the right leg pad of Miles. He tried to reach out and cover up. It got away from him. Putting it out in front was Donovan Bruno, Nolensville senior, who is back on the team after not playing with Nolensville-Ensworth-Lipscomb last year. Puck back in the Station Camp zone. Graham McLaren banking it off the boards, but he put it into his own bench, trying to get it out. 3:54 to go in the first, still 2-1 Nolensville. Draw's going to be to Mac Miles right. It's won by Station Camp, turned over to Nolensville and kept in the zone. Reese Avery getting knocked down on the right wing side. Mason Campbell ahead to Jaden Robertson at center. Robertson with a shot from center. Was blockered into the netting above the glass by a standing Reuben Allen. So draw is going to be to Allen's left. Draw one by Station Camp. There's a backhander from Robertson. It was turned away by Allen. Puck carried to center by Nolensville. It's back in the Station Camp zone. Brandon Bello, a shot blocked. He gets it back. Another shot turned away by Miles. Rebound. Oh, nice save by Miles, who backs into the net and dislodges it. Okay, that was either Bello who got to the rebound try or Jax Dooner. I think it may have been Dooner. But Miles with another tremendous save to keep Station Camp down just 2-1 with 3:15 to go in the first. Draw's going to be to his left. One by Nolensville. A one-timer from the right point goes whizzing past the net. Across and past it. Teagan Bartz with the puck now for Station Camp. Passing ahead to Tobin Mahaffey at center, but it went past Mahaffey. And this is going to be an icing against the Bison. Draw is going to be to Miles right. Won by Nolensville, but turned over to Station Camp, given right away to Teagan Bartz. Bartz knocks over a Nolensville player as he goes into the zone, but then he gets knocked down. And here come the Knights through center. Justin Nosko into the Station Camp zone to the slot. A backhander stopped by Miles. Rebound sent wide by Hagan. Behind the net with it is Nosko. Now Hagan. Now Nosko again comes out to the left circle. Decides to toss it around the boards. Picked up in the right wing corner by Hagan. Jumping into the play, Jackson Malleus Meyer. Now Hagan to the net, and his shot stopped by Miles. Rebound sitting out in front. He was moving along the goal line to the left-hand side of the net, Hagan was. And now Tobin Mahaffey's going to carry the puck out. Oh, it's knocked off him, and still inside the Station Camp zone. Seth Hagan poking it along the left wing wall. Jack Edwards trying to go to the slot. He gets knocked down from behind. Here is Tobin Mahaffey out to center, but he's going to end up icing it. Nope, icing waved off. Station Camp making some changes as Nolensville try and get the puck back into the Bison zone. Graham McLaren inside his own end. Ahead to Connor Jenny at center, but off his stick and sent the other way. It's back in the Station Camp zone. Austin Givens now. Passing to his right, and Graham McLaren. McLaren tried to pass it ahead. It went off his stick, knocked down by a Nolensville stick. Nosko has it poked away from him. It's at the end boards now. Charlie Bonert trying to get it to the net, intercepted by Graham McLaren. McLaren stepping out from behind his own net, going to carry to center. Into the Nolensville zone on the right wing side. Round the back of the net. Push to the boards. Final minute of the first. Connor Jenny behind the net. Nolensville with the puck. Trying to get it out, but Jenny has it again at the inboards, trying to put it out in front himself. Comes around to the left wing side. Onto the stick of, I think it's Aiden Daniel. One of the two seniors in the Station Camp Liberty Creek team. And now the puck's out at center. McLaren dumps it back in. He was in front of the red line, so no icing. 30 seconds left of the period as the puck is picked up now by Hudson Honeybone. Nolensville try to get it out. Slapped back into the Nolensville zone from center by Michael Baronier. Now here come the Knights again. Brandon Bello, right wing side of the station camp zone with a shot. Stopped by Miles. And the rebound, ends up on top of the net. Brandon Bello flips the puck up into the air and it lands on top of the net. I think it may have hit Miles and it's way up. 8.9 seconds to go in the first. And the draw is to the left of Miles. One by Nolensville, a shot blocked, and then a backhanded try from Bello, I think, was blocked as well. And now another backhanded try blocked, and the puck ends up at the end boards, and that's it for the first. Teagan Bartz scored just 7 seconds in, but it took Seth Hagan less than a minute to tie the game up. And just over 3 minutes for Brandon Bello to give them the lead. So Nolensville-Ensworth-Lipscomb up 2-1 on Station Camp Liberty Creek at the end of one. Shout out to Brentwood, who were practicing. They are one of 2 teams not playing today, the other being Independence. They play Independence on Wednesday night, and both teams' first game back from fall break. As Independence will be looking to not go 0-4, because if they lose that game, I think it's pretty much a given they're going to end up in that round robin and be fighting to keep their place in Tier 1. Ready to start the second period. Mac Miles still in goal for Station Camp Liberty Creek. Ruben Allen still in goal for Nolensville-Ensworth-Lipscomb for this second period. Station Camp will carry the puck towards me. Nolensville will carry it away from me. Draw one by Nolensville, and they get the puck into the Station Camp zone to start the period. Austin Givens trying to move it out. It's held in at the right point by Jack Edwards. Try to go across to Seth Hagan. Puck goes to the inboards. Hagan trying to poke out with a stick. And the puck out at center. Almost brought back in. Now it is brought back in by Nolensville. Nazco to the left circle, a shot. I think it was blocked in front, and the rebound cleared out by Station Camp. Here's Edwards. And now Henry Cravens, I think, dumbing it back into the Station Camp zone. It's on the left wing side. Nazco at the end boards, picked up by Teagan Bartz. Bartz getting it around to the right wing side. Held in at the right point, though. Finally wrestled out and brought to center. Jaden Robertson in the Nolensville zone, but immediately swept away from him. Oh, but then it's given away to Teagan Bartz. A shot turned away by Allen. Bartz from just above the left circle. Puck came to him, and he was all alone in space. Just decided to shoot it instead of moving towards the net. Puck cleared out by Justin Nazco. It's at center. Robertson's got to get back on side as Austin Givens dumps it back into the zone. And still an offside warning because Givens, I think, was onside. There was a player that hadn't cleared the zone yet as Nolensville will bring the puck back into the Station Camp end. At the right point with it, Hudson Honeybone trying to get it to the slot. It went off a skate. Carried to center by Mason Campbell. He's in the Nolensville zone on the left wing side. Backhands it to the inboards. Picked up by Honeybone. Banked off the bleacher sideboards, and now on the left wing side of the Station Camp zone is Brandon Bello. A shot stopped and held onto by Mac Miles. And that's the first whistle after the first 2 minutes and 5 seconds of the second, with Nolensville up 2-1. Draw to the right of Miles. Won by Station Camp. Connor Jenny trying to pass it down the wall into the Nolensville zone. He's successful in doing that. But the Knights able to immediately get the puck. And it's cleared out. Donovan Bruno. Oh, we have a hit that's drawn a penalty against Station Camp. Ruben Allen to the bench for the extra attacker. Puck held in at the right point. And then touched up at center by Connor Jenny. And we'll see what the whistle is. A roughing call. And it is against Jenny. Jenny got 2 penalties early in the first on Wednesday against Rutherford. He's going to have to watch it here. But this is only the first penalty of the game. So Nolensville-Ensworth-Lipscomb getting the game's first power play with 11:24 to go in the second. They're up 2-1. Draws to the left of Mac Miles. One by Nolensville. And a shot from Hudson Honeybone to be turned away by Miles. A shot from the right point. As Station Camp cleared the puck back into the Nolensville end. Henry Cravens to center. Ahead to Honeybone. Right wing side of the Station Camp zone to the slot, and a shot missed the net. Now the puck passed out the left point. I think this is Honeybone down low on the left wing side. Pass across. Seth Hagan goes back across. Honeybone's shot missed the net. Oh, puck came back to Hagan, but it went off him and out. Minute left in the power play for Nolensville. Hagan at center. Puck poked away from him by Joseph Siciliano, but it's picked up by Henry Cravens. It's out at center. Dumped back into the Nolensville end by Station Camp. And now back the other way goes Seth Hagan, left wing side of the Station Camp zone. Pass in front, Jackson Malleus-Mayer shot. He scores! Jackson Malleus-Mayer closing in down the right wing side, able to put the puck home and give Nolensville a 3-1 lead with 9:58 to go in the second. It is a power play goal because there were 34 seconds left in the man advantage. As the Knights take a 3-1 lead here in the second, near the halfway point of the game. Puck back in the Station Camp zone. They try and clear it out. Held in at the right point by Jack Edwards and sent back deep. Put out in front. Oh, and it's backhanded just wide by Grant Rank. Sent towards the net by Edwards and looked like it went off a stick and past the net. Puck comes up to the left point. Jacob Francie tried to send it towards the net, but he didn't get a lot of oomph on that. It's intercepted and carried out by Sam Wiseman, but he got fouled at center, and he's drawn a penalty as the puck was carried close to the Nolensville net and touched up by Jacob Francie to get the whistle. I think it might be a hooking call against the Knights. Yep, it's hooking, and the penalty is against Jax Dooner. So Station Camp Liberty Creek getting their first power play of the game, down 3-1 with 9:14 to go in the second. Draws to Ruben Allen's right. Station Camp with their big guns out there. Nolens will win the draw and clear, only as far as center. Joseph Siciliano, who's playing defense on the power play here. Off to Austin Givens. Sends it back across, picked up by Teagan Bartz. Puck still at center, Bartz. Ahead to Connor Jenny, off his stick into the Nolensville zone it goes. Jack Edwards trying to clear. Edwards with some space, but Jenny sweeps the puck away from him and gets it down low. Sends it around to the left point. Held in Givens. Givens with a shot off the left shin of Henry Cravens, and Jack Edwards is going to carry it out. Edwards through center into the station camp zone, trying to get to the front of the net, and he was double teamed and lost the puck. Puck out at center. Seth Hagen is going to beat Jenny to it, but he gives it away to Teagan Bartz. Bartz back into the Nolensville zone, moving down the slot. Puck knocked off his stick right as he was trying to get to the net by Hudson Honeybone. Honeybone up the far boards to Seth Hagen, who clears. Only as far as center, under a minute left in the power play for Station Camp. Austin Givens brings it right back into the Nolensville zone, and his shot across the front of the net wide. Held in at the right point by Jenny, and his shot blocked by the skates of Honeybone. Jenny with it again. Oh, but he and Bartz run into each other, and Seth Hagen grabs the puck, carries it out, and decides to flip it into the Station Camp zone and go to the bench for a change. 30 seconds left of the power play for Station Camp now. Jaden Robertson, left wing side. It's Joseph Siciliano. He closes in on the net, and shot turned away by Allen. Puck backhanded around to the far side. Held in at the right point by Joey Siciliano, and his shot turned away by Allen. Penalty time against Nolensville is up. They're back at even strength. A good kill. And Teagan Bartz with the puck taken away from him, and it's brought out to center by Brandon Bello. Bello taking a shot, turned away by Miles. Puck is behind the net. Wraparound try by Jack Stooner, who just came out of the box, stopped by Miles. Station Camp clear it out. Nolensville trying to get it back in. They do bring it back in. Jack Stooner, right wing side, a shot stopped and covered up by Miles at his left-hand post. 6:37 to go in the second, still 3-1. Nolensville-Ensworth-Lipscomb. And Mac Miles is going to be swapped. So a goaltending swap by Station Camp. Mac Miles to the bench. Keaton Howard, the Liberty Creek sophomore, in his place, draws to his left. One by Station Camp and cleared. Goes all the way back into the Nolensville zone, picked up by Nora Romano, making her first appearance of the day, and then she gets hit by Jaden Robertson. Robertson on the right wing boards. His shot blocked by the stick of Henry Cravens. And the puck ends up going out of play at center. So a very interesting tactic here for Station Camp to pull their goaltender. So Miles gives up the 3 goals. Draws on the dot at center across from the Nolensville bench, right at the Station Camp blue line. Won by Nolensville and dumped into the Station Camp zone by Henry Cravens. Now Jaden Robertson at center with the puck. Into the Nolensville zone. Puck poked away by Henry Cravens. Will Brothers trying to clear it out. Held in at the right point by Graham McClearen. Sent back down the wall to Aiden Daniel, but given right away and cleared out by Nolensville. Here's Donovan Bruno with a shot. A long-range shot that had to be turned away by Howard. And the puck cleared by Station Camp. This will be an icing. 5:29 to go in the second, and Nolensville up 3-1. Draw is going to be to Howard's left. Both of Station Camp's goaltenders are sophomores, as the draw is won by Nolensville. Puck sent deep. Seth Hagen on the right wing corner. Hagen putting it out in front. The slot, a one-timer stopped by Howard. That shot coming from Jack Edwards. Now the puck carried out to center and brought back into the Nolensville zone by Reese McCormick. And we're going to have a penalty against Station Camp, it looks like. Hudson Honeybone through center, back into the Station Camp zone. Dumps the puck to the inboards, chases it back down. And it's finally touched up, I believe, by Mark White. So we can get the call here, as Nolensville are going to be back in the power play. Their second power play of the game. Roughing the call. I believe it's Mark White who went into the box. So Nolensville up 3-1 with 4:44 to go in the second. Returning to the power play, their most recent goal, their only goal of this second period, was scored on that other power play. Draw to the left of Howard. One by Station Camp and carried to center. Teagan Bartz going to fire it towards the Nolensville net. It would have gone wide, but Ruben Allen steered it past just to be safe. Clear it out. Now it's back in the Station Camp zone where it's picked up by Joey Siciliano. Siciliano gives it away at center to Justin Nosko, who takes a bump from Siciliano. Now here's Seth Hagan, left wing side of the Station Camp zone. The shot. Howard, I think, turned it away. It was an on-angle shot right at the goal line on the left wing side. And cleared out by Station Camp again from the bleacher side boards. Picked up inside the Nolensville zone by Jack Edwards. Stands behind his own net and lets Hudson Honeybone have the puck. Honeybone out to center. Now Seth Hagan, right wing side of the Station Camp zone. Try to get it to Honeybone going towards the net. Honeybone passing up to the right point. Edwards, under a minute left in the Nolensville power play. Puck at the inboards. Picking it up, Honeybone. He's going to come out above the goal line to the right circle. Across to the left circle, Edwards, a shot over the net. Here's Honeybone again. Passing down the right wing side. Put out in front, Honeybone, a shot. Stopped by Howard. Stuck out the left leg pad. 30 seconds left in the power play. Here's Teagan Bartz through center into the Nolensville zone. Right down the slot to the net. He scores! He got fouled by Jack Edwards on his way, but he slips the puck through the legs of Ruben Allen into the back of the net for his second goal of the game. But he took quite a spill and quite a hit into the inboards. It's a shorthanded goal for Station Camp, but their star player is hurt. He's still down on all fours. And they're telling him, get the door. So Bartz is going to have to be helped off the ice. As they stand him up, it's Graham McLaren, and I can't tell who else is helping him off. It's Joey Siciliano. And Bartz yelling at Jack Edwards as he's being helped off the ice, and Mike O'Neill blowing the whistle at him. So it's 3-2 Nolensville with 3:07 to go. Still 24 seconds left on their power play. 3:07 to go into the second, I should say. Teagan Bartz with both of Station Camp's goals, but he is now appears he is now out of the game. So again, 24 seconds left of power play time for Nolensville. 3:07 to go in the second period. Joey Siciliano into the Nolensville zone on the left wing side. Backhanding the puck to the slot, but Mason Campbell couldn't get a stick on it. Graham McLaren from the right point, a shot that was coming down as it was coming towards the net. Ruben Allen gloves and hangs onto it. 3 seconds left in the power play for Nolensville. Draws to the left of Allen. Won by Nolensville. Puck whipped around the boards to the near side. And it's trickling through center back into the Station Camp zone, but picked up by McLaren. Penalty time against Station Camp is up, and they're back at even strength. And we're going to have another penalty here against Nolensville. Cross-checking the call, and it's against Brandon Bello. So Station Camp returning to the power play, down 3-2 with 2:30 to go in the second. Draw is going to be to the left of Allen. Won by Nolensville. They try and clear, but it's held in at the right point and sent back down deep. Connor Jenny now just above the goal line. Jaden Robertson trying to pass it to the right point, but nobody was there. Austin Givens having to go all the way back into his own zone to get the puck. Givens standing behind his own net, steps out to the left. Passes it off. Joey Siciliano. He is in the Nolensville zone on the right wing side. And a shot went behind the net. Puck goes all the way back into the Station Camp zone, picked up by Givens. Givens steps out to his right. And now here's Tobin Mahaffey with a shot inside the Nolensville zone that misses the net to the left of Allen. Now Connor Jenny sending the puck towards the net. A backhander turned away by Allen. Minute left in the power play for Station Camp. Here's Justin Nosko getting hit at center. As Nolensville got the puck out of their zone. Puck back in the Nolensville end, but on the stick of Seth Hagan. Over to Jacob Francie. Francie into the Station Camp zone. Got around Austin Givens, but lost the puck. Minute left in the period. Now 30 seconds left in the power play. Puck's in towards the net. Turned away by Keaton Howard. And now here's Francie, left wing side of the Station Camp zone. A shot stopped by Howard, and he's got it covered. 11 seconds left in the power play. Exactly 41 to go in the second. Still 3-2 Nolensville. Draws to the right of Howard. Won by Nolensville. A shot from Jack Edwards off of Howard's left leg pad. Popped up into the air. Held in at the left point. Seth Hagan a shot. Missed the net. Penalty time against Nolensville is up. They're back at even strength. And there are under 30 seconds to go in the period. Jack Stooner getting knocked down on the right wing side of the Station Camp zone. Putting it in front from the boards. A Nolensville player did. And Station Camp with a puck, but taken back by Dooner. Dooner with a shot, gloved and held on to by Howard with 8.8 seconds to go in the second. And Nolensville still up 3-2. Draw going to be to the right of Howard. Won by Nolensville, and a shot went behind the net. Puck goes out to center. That's going to be it for the second. Jackson Malleus-Mayer scored on the power play to extend Nolensville's lead to 3-1, but then Teagan Bartz scored a shorthanded goal to put Station Camp within one, but he went crashing into the boards in the same play and had to be taken out of the game. So it is 3-2 Nolensville over Station Camp Liberty Creek at the end of 2. Coming up next, Centennial taking on Mount Juliet Green Hill Lebanon. We'll start coverage of that game at 6:20. Wednesday night, we're either going to do Father Ryan Rutherford or Pope Prep Centennial. Depends on the results of tonight's games. After tonight, we'll have covered 14 of the 16 teams. The only 2 teams we'll have yet to cover are Brentwood. That's a big surprise that we're 4 weeks in and we haven't gotten to Brentwood yet. And USNBA Nashville Christian. We're probably going to get to those 2 teams next week. But we also need to start focusing on the races to either try and avoid the Phase 2 round robin or get in to the Phase 2 round robin, depending upon which tier you're in. Keaton Howard took over from Mac Miles, past the halfway point of the game. Ruben Allen's still in goal for Nolensville. He's been there the entire time. For this third and final period, Nolensville will carry the puck towards me. Station Camp will carry it away from me. Mac Miles started the game for Station Camp. Gave up 3 goals and then passed the halfway point. They switched him and Howard. So obviously Station Camp are going to use, I guess, this first phase of the regular season to see which goalie should be the starter. As the puck is in the Station Camp zone off the draw and cleared out and then sent right back in from center. But it was iced. Whoever that was for Nolensville that sent it back in was pretty much at its own blue line, so they blow the whistle for icing. And that's our first stoppage of the third after just 16 seconds. Again, the big story, Teagan Bartz with 2 goals for Station Camp, but as soon as he scored the second, he and Jack Edwards went down and Bartz went into the boards. And he has not returned. Draw one by Station Camp and a shot from Connor Jenny, gloved and then dropped by Ruben Allen. And here go the Knights. Here's Seth Hagan with a shot. Blockered into the netting above the glass by Keaton Howard. Hagan had the first goal of the game for Nolensville. Just 56 seconds after Bartz scored, 7 seconds in. 13:27 to go. 3-2 Nolensville. Draw to the right of Howard. There's one by Nolensville. Here is Hagan trying to get it over to Hudson Honeybone, whose shot was blocked by Joey Siciliano standing right in front of him. Puck out at center. Now it's back in the Station Camp zone, but controlled by Austin Givens. Across to Michael Bernier. Bernier ahead for Tobin Mahaffey, who finally passes ahead to Siciliano at center. Joey Siciliano down the left wing into the Nolensville zone with a backhander turned away by Ruben Allen. Rebound picked up by Seth Hagan, but he gives it away to Tobin Mahaffey, whose shot from the right wing boards is turned away by Allen as well, off his right leg pad. Puck out at center, Justin Nozko brings it into the Station Camp zone, but he got pushed off the puck. Joey Siciliano at center now. Into the Nolensville zone on the right wing side. Taking a shot that went across the front of the net. Held into the left wing boards by Tobin Mahaffey. Sent back deep. Now comes back up the wall where it's carried out by Jackson Malleus-Mayer, the most recent goal scorer for Nolensville. His goal stands to be the game winner if this 3-2 score holds. Puck brought back into the Station Camp zone by Brandon Bello, but taken away by Austin Givens. Givens out at center. Right wing side, offside. Maurice McCormick crossed the blue line before Givens did. 12:06 to go in the game. Still 3-2 Nolensville. Draw is going to be on the dot right in front of the Nolensville bench. Nolensville bringing the puck through center. Jack Stuner, right wing side of the station camp zone, a shot knocked away by the glove of Howard. Mason Campbell hesitating behind his own net. Puck taken away, put out in front, but it went through the crease. Backhanded through the crease by Grant Rank. Now Dooner to the slot, but Rank couldn't get his stick on it. Here is Riley Hunter trying to clear, held in at the right point. Trying to send it towards the net was, I think it may have been Henry Cravens. Now the puck right out to center by Reese McCormick. Right wing side of the Nolensville zone. He drops it back to Mason Campbell. Campbell on the right wing boards, curling around. Moving towards the net now with a shot. Score! Mason Campbell fires the puck into the top corner on the right-hand side of the net to tie the game at 3 with 11:10 to go. Station Camp have been doing a really good job of keeping Nolensville's big guns to the outside for the most part. Station Camp have not gotten a lot of opportunities of their own, but they've taken advantage of them when they have. And now they are level with the Knights. Here's a shot from inside the Station Camp zone off the leg of Riley Hunter. That shot was from Jack Edwards. Graham McLaren sending the puck around the boards to the far side. Hunter backhanding it ahead to Braden Croxford out at center. Now the puck back in the Station Camp zone towards the net. Keaton Howard sweeps it away, but Nolensville with possession. At the blue line, a shot from Hudson Honeybone went past the net into the right wing corner. Puck comes back up to the right point, and a one-timer turned away by Howard. That shot from Edwards. Behind the net, Will Brothers trying to get it back up to the blue line, but not getting a lot of stick on his pass, so Aiden Daniel going to carry it to center. Like I said earlier, Aiden Daniel, one of just 2 seniors in this Station Camp Liberty Creek squad. The other is Teagan Bartz. Puck back in the Nolensville zone. The Knights clear. Seth Hagan at center into the Station Camp zone, moving to the right wing side. Past Sam Wiseman, and he tried to backhand it in front, and it went past Jackson Malleus-Mayer, who was defended well by Michael Bernier. Now Justin Nosko out to the right circle. Hagan, a shot, hit Wiseman right in front of the net. Nosko in the left wing corner. Pushed into the boards by Joey Siciliano. Bernier pokes it right to Hagan. Hagan passing out to the blue line, but unable to get to it was Henry Cravens, and the Station Camp net was dislodged, so that's why we have the whistle. 9:20 to go in the game, tied at 3. Wonder how the Father Ryan Summit Page game is going. And where are they going to drop the puck? They're going to drop it right outside the zone in front of the Station Camp bench. Draw one by Nolensville. Here's Justin Nosko into the Station Camp zone. Left circle, a shot. Hit the stick of Sam Wiseman. Went past the net. Henry Cravens pushed away from the puck by Connor Jenny, who clears only as far as center. Brought back in by Nolensville. Sent across by Seth Hagan. Connor Jenny trying to clear it out, but blocking the stick was Justin Nosko. Now below the goal line. Here's Malleus-Mayer out in front for Hagan. I don't know why he didn't shoot. Nosko does. That's blocked by Sam Wiseman, who then sends it into the crease for Howard to cover. Great chance for Nolensville, but I don't know why Hagan didn't shoot that. He gave it away to Nosko, who had 2 guys right in front of him. 8:36 to go, still 3-3. Draws to Howard's right. Won by Nolensville and sent past the net from the left circle by Jax Dooner. Puck up against the inboards now. Comes around to the near side, and Mark White tied up with Grant Rank as the puck is out at center. Graham McLaren controlling. Ooh, almost had it taken away by Dooner. Puck ends up back in the station camp zone, but Mark White quickly clears it out. Actually, no, he did not clear it out. It's still in on the near side as White gives a shove to Rank. That's going to get him sent to the box. A cross check against White, so Nolensville back to the power play with a game tied at 3. 7:57 to go. Draws to Howard's right. Won by Nolensville. Hudson Honeybone over to the right point, and Seth Hagan down low Justin Nosko. As here comes Teagan Bartz. Limping by me. Back in street clothes. It is a shot from Henry Cravens. Glances off the top of the crossbar and into the netting above the glass. So Teagan Bartz limping back to the station camp bench. By the way, since Station Camp tied the game up with Howard in net, that makes this a no decision now for Mac Miles, who started the game. So Howard will get the decision no matter how this game ends, unless they switch him and Miles, and then suddenly the score changes with Miles in net again. I don't know. Justin Nosko. Now Seth Hagan in the right circle. Try to go back down to Nosko. Nosko with it. Just below the right circle. Passing out to the high slot. And a shot stopped by Howard. He's got it in between his legs. That was Hudson Honeybone with a shot from out high. 72 seconds left of the power play. 7:08 to go in the game. Still 3-3. Draw to the left of Howard. Won by Station Camp and cleared by Tobin Mahaffey. Minute left in the power play for Nolensville. Jackson Malleus-Mayer out at center. Ahead to Seth Hagan, who takes a bump but still manages to pass the puck off. And Nolensville goes into the zone. Station Camp saying that they were offside. Here's Hagan out at the right point, passing down the right wing boards to Malleus-Mayer. Try to go across to Hudson Honeybone. Honeybone, left point, passing down to Nosko. Nosko behind the net. Passing out up top to the right point. And Henry Cravens sending it towards the net. And a shot from Nosko off the stick of Wiseman, Sam Wiseman, and over the net. 15 seconds left now on the man advantage. Here's Seth Hagan, a shot in the right circle that's over the net. And the puck is out at center on the stick of Henry Cravens. Cravens dumps it back into the Station Camp zone. Penalty time against the Bison is up. They're back at even strength with under 6 minutes left and the game tied at 3. As the puck is back in the Station Camp zone on the left wing side. Henry Cravens, a shot knocked down with the glove of Howard. He tried to snag it. Actually, it's Nosko shooting. Howard tried to snag it out of the air, and it actually fell into the crease. He was able to clear it away. As offside is called against Nolensville with 5:41 to go in the game, tied at 3. Draw is out in front of the Station Camp bench. One by Nolensville. It actually comes all the way to the net. Ruben Allen has to pass it ahead. Now here is a shot from, off the glove of Howard and then off the top of the crossbar. Shot coming from Brandon Bello. And a shot from Jax Dooner blocked. Dooner Out on the left wing side. Across to Jack Edwards at the right point, who decides to dump it down low. Grant Rank moved away from the puck. It's out on the far side. Aiden Daniel had it poked away. And then he clears. Sent right back in, though, by Jacob Francie. A shot blockered away by Howard. Puck held in at the left point, sent back down. Bernier trying to clear. It's held in at the left point again by Brandon Bello, and now cleared by Reese McCormick. It'll be an icing against Station Camp with 4:40 to go and the game tied at 3. Draw will be to Howard's right. One by Nolensville. Puck at the inboards. Graham McLaren with it for Station Camp. Going through center. Gets knocked down. And the Knights have the puck. They'll bring it out. Sent towards the Station Camp net, but Austin Givens picks it up before Keaton Howard can touch it. And now Givens to the left of his own net, comes back around and steps out to his right. Ahead. Oh, man fell over at center. It was Braden Croxford. Here's Givens with a shot in the left wing side of the Nolensville zone that missed the net. Givens wanted to give it to Croxford. Croxford fell over at center, so Givens decided to do it himself. Here is Donovan Bruno with a shot in the left wing side of the Station Camp zone, knocked down with the glove of Howard. Reese Avery losing the puck into the left wing corner. Now Justin Nosco coming out to the right wing side. Nosco comes out to the left wing side now. They're going around the back of the net. Now he goes back below the goal line and decides to send the puck around the boards to the right wing side, where Ryan Russell picks it up for Station Camp. Tries to clear it. Was slowed up by a Nolensville stick. Here's Nosco in the slot. Carries it over to the left circle. A shot stopped by Howard. Rebound try stopped by Howard. And then the third try from Donovan Bruno was sent past the net. Puck out in front. Mason Campbell wanted to clear, but he gives it right to Jack Edwards. Edwards in the left circle. Loses the puck, and Graham McLaren is going to ice it. So Station Camp withstanding a big Nolensville charge there. 2:42 to go in the game, still 3-3. Draws to Howard's right. Draw one by Nolensville. Turned over. Sam Wiseman trying to clear, but he gives it right back. Seth Hagan left circle, a shot. Ooh, I think it may have glanced off the post to the right of Howard on its way past. Jackson Malleus-Mayer giving it off to Jack Edwards. Edwards goes behind the net, out to the left circle. Hagan holding, shooting, turned away by Howard. Clearing attempt held in at the blue line. Malleus-Mayer sending it back down the wall to the left wing corner. Nosco sends it up to the left point. Hudson Honeybones, we get a whistle. And it's going to be against Nolensville. Oh, no! No, a pane of glass got knocked loose. Pane of glass knocked loose on that hit against Nosco. Well, we need rink maintenance. Delay comes with 2:07 to go and the game tied at 3, so both teams are going to get a chance to catch their breath. So the glass pane fortunately did not break. It was just knocked loose. And now one of the maintenance workers bringing in a ladder. It's not the first time that we've had delays because of glass panes. We've had a pane break before. Back when we played at A game, we had a shot break a pane of glass. But they didn't have any more glass and it had to be replaced by a plank of wood for the rest of the night. Well, the ladder's being taken away. It seems as if they've maybe gotten the glass back in place. Oh, now the maintenance worker has carried the ladder onto the ice. So he's going to do the remainder of the repair from inside the left wing corner. I know there's not a very good chance of it, but let's check and see if we have a result for the Father Ryan Summit game yet. Nope, not yet. As Teagan Bartz is walking back to the Station Camp locker room. He has 2 of Station Camp's 3 goals, but on the play where he scored the second goal in the second, he and Jack Edwards got tied up and he went into the board's feet first. And he had to leave the game. And he has an obvious limp and he is working his way back to the locker room. Keaton Howard deciding to lay on his back in the crease and relax for a bit while this delay continues. So they move to the other side of the pane of glass. Well, this game would be over by now if it weren't for this. Mason Campbell with the game-tying goal here in the third period. Station Camp took the lead just 7 seconds in when Teagan Bartz scored. It took Nolensville less than a minute to tie it up. Seth Hagan with a goal. And then it took them just over 3 minutes to get in the lead. Brandon Bellows scoring. The Knights carried a 2-1 lead into the second period. They got a power play goal from Jackson Malleus-Mayer that put them up 3-1. And then the shorthanded goal by Teagan Bartz that saw him leave the game when he and Jack Edwards went into the boards. We were supposed to have started pregame coverage for Centennial Mount Juliet in 2 minutes. That's not going to happen now, obviously. I forgot to complete the scoring summary. Mason Campbell with a game-tying goal here in the third to get us to 3-3. If this score holds, Nolensville-Ensworth-Lipscomb's record will be 1 win, 1 loss, 1 tie. And Station Camp Liberty Creek's record will be 1 loss, 1 tie. As it appears the repair is done and the pane of glass is back in place in a manner that can be considered safe. All right, so the delay is over finally. 2:07 to go. Game tied at 3. And we're back underway. Puck in the Station Camp Liberty Creek zone. Shot from Jack Edwards. Hit a body, went up in the air. Justin Nosko passing up the right wall to Edwards. Edwards at the right point. Sending it towards the net. Stopped by Howard. And the rebound cleared away. Justin Nosko dropping it behind the net. Austin Givens sweeping it around. Trying to get it out. Held into the right point by Edwards. Jackson Malleus-Mayer letting it go past his stick. Puck comes around to the far side. Graham McLaren tried to clear, didn't get a lot of stick on it. Seth Hagan keeps it in the zone, backhands it towards the net, but he put it right into the skates of Givens. Justin Nosko couldn't get the stick on the puck in the slot. Graham McLaren gets it out. He's at center. Puck back in the Nolensville zone, but immediately cleared. McLaren dumps it back in. Hudson Honeybone at the inboards now. Last minute of the game. Puck carried back into the Station Camp end. Getting knocked down from behind was Nosko. Puck sent around the boards and unable to keep it alive at the left point was Henry Cravens. Rolled up his stick blade and out. Puck back in the Nolensville zone. Cleared out immediately. Austin Givens back inside his own zone. 30 seconds to go. Puck still at center. Picked up by Henry Cravens. Cravens passing out to his right. Seth Hagan. Hagan into the Station Camp zone on the right wing side. He's in the slot now in the right circle. Shot hit the shins of Justin Nosko. Comes up to the blue line. It's cleared out. Tobin Mahaffey dropped his stick. It's in the Nolensville zone. Time's going to run out. And this game ends in a 3-3 tie. So both sides will walk away with a point. Good for Station Camp, but not good for Nolensville. Nolensville's record now 1 win, 1 loss, 1 draw. Station Camp Liberty Creek after 2 games with 1 loss, 1 draw. It's not good for either side if both or if USN, Father Ryan, and Rutherford all seem as powerful as they are. It's not exactly a great result for either side. They need wins. So the goal scorers for Station Camp, 2 from Teagan Bartz, Mason Campbell at the game-tying goal. Nolensville had 3 different goal scorers. Seth Hagan in the first goal, the second goal from Brandon Bello. Jackson Malleus-Mayer had the third. So since the game ended in a tie, I'm going to give Teagan Bartz player of the game because if it weren't for him, Station Camp probably end up losing. But instead, they and Nolensville end with honors even. 3-3 the final score. Coming up next, it's Centennial taking on Mount Juliet Green Hill Lebanon. Again, the final score here, Nolensville-Ensworth-Lipscomb and Station Camp Liberty Creek ending in a 3-3 tie.